Came home to this. They know what they did. What could they do? What could they put? Oh, they ate the door. The one is like, I didn't do it. The other one's like, I'm sorry, Mom. Phishing spam email. I've never purchased anything from Geek Squad. Well, you know what? That's just Geek Squad, baby. They are a good thing. I will say they fix my computer every time I've had an issue. It's not usually this expensive. The full American experience. A story in 2 picks. Pay off loan immediately. Get punished. Congratulations, you paid off the balance. Well, no, that's not why your score went down. It's because you had an increase of spending a credit and hasn't been paid. That's why. Credit's not that hard to understand. Basically, if you spend it and then pay it right away before the statement balance over, then you're good. Loveland Co. has been removing public benches in an affluent area to combat the homeless epidemic. Used to be a nice bench here. Make the mayor go without a chair. I mean, I'm okay with that. Who stole a bench? The goddamn city, that's who. Catfish by Airbnb. I mean, yeah, listen, dude, you got catfish by the outside. If the inside actually looks like that, it's all good. That's all I'm saying. But let me read this long post and find out more. My family and I rented a place for Thanksgiving to be near family and drove over 4 hours to get there. We got a reservation for 3 days and 2 nights, and when we arrived, the place was uninhabitable. The photos on the listing were great, and it was absolutely not what was listed. The photos were taken in a way only to highlight livable aspects of the place. No cell service, no internet. Circuit breaker had to be flipped on for any electricity to work at all and kept turning off if the heaters were on, so central heating was a no. Absolutely no running heat in the home, no smoke detectors. There was mold and water damage inside the home all over. Parts of the place weren't fully built, and the back door was not fit correctly, and there was a huge gap where air kept coming in. Random electrical sockets had no faceplate that were openly exposed. Again, we had no cell service, so we couldn't contact Airbnb or the rental property to ask for help. We had to drive over 30 minutes back to town just to ask how to turn on the stove, which was a separate circuit breaker, and I had to stay with family the second night because the heat kept turning off. In the room my kids chose, there was a tree growing through the roof near one of the bedrooms, and the base of the house, which we noticed the next day, was molding and caving, so it wasn't structurally sound. We contacted Airbnb and they wouldn't refund us. Luckily, the hosts refunded us today, but we feel very concerned that this is still listed at all because someone could get seriously injured. Airbnb won't delist. It says it's okay. Well, I mean, hey man, if you can sue Airbnb, that'd be great. Update. The host ended up delisting it, luckily, but Airbnb did literally nothing and said this was 100% okay for people to stay in. We will never use Airbnb again and want to warn others when they consider. Listen, man, I'm just going to say, like, sometimes you just don't have cell service in the country. Where I live, there's no cell service if you go outside. We have internet, yes, but, like, read the listing, because it might have said no cell or internet service. My neighbor sprayed persistent herbicide into my property, killing my trees and native shrubs. Well, then legally he has to pay for it. Just take him to court. It's that simple. At least if you're in the US. Imagine working your butt off to get $1,800 only to get $800 of that crap deducted. Hooray! The US workforce! Hooray! What's most frustrating is that a lot of that money doesn't go into social programs, but into subsidies for billionaires and their businesses. Yay! Isn't it great trying to get ahead in America? My coworker died yesterday. My boss keeps making things worse. So my friend died yesterday. A close one. So far my boss decided to monopolize the limited time and energy the person who found the body had, took the phone out of my hand and called her repeatedly despite me begging her not to, literally minutes after discovery. Also, by doing that, she prevented me from learning anything until hours later. Apparently, she kept calling from her own phone later while the person was being questioned by the police. Somehow figured out where it happened and went to the damn scene even though nobody told her to come and she wasn't welcome there. Brought her child there for some reason, kept trying to hug people who made it clear they don't want to be touched by her, including inserting herself into a hug between a close friend of the deceased and her GF, keeps trying to talk to the mom of the deceased, straight up asked me if I saw the body, kept talking about it like it was the latest horror movie, asked me if I knew anyone who'd like the newly free position before the damn body cooled down, released the details of the death that were supposed to stay private to the work group chat. I can't even mourn privately because all sadness I could allow myself is now covered by a thick, sticky layer of anger and disgust. She inserted herself into every aspect of something extremely private and handled it so poorly, it's absurd. I'm sorry, I didn't misread that. It says myathic. I was thinking it was something really gross for a moment the boss did, but no. Yeah, this is absolutely disgusting. Modern CAPTCHAs. What the frick is it with modern CAPTCHAs? Every single freaking Google search I try to do, I have to go through at the very least 10 CAPTCHAs, but it averages around 35 nights. This is freaking insane, and it takes me 3 to 4 minutes of going through CAPTCHAs for every Google I do. For reference, I'm using Opera GX on Windows 10 and have a VPN active. However, this is only recent. Last month or so, and I'm so freaking sick of it. Does anyone else experience this insane level of CAPTCHA? No, I really don't have that problem, to be honest. Google's working fine, and so are the suggestions. I don't know, dude. Car dealer bait and switch. Has anyone ever dealt with this new bullcrap trend by car dealerships? Wife and I went to look at a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid SE yesterday. It was listed on the website for $35,000. True MSRP is actually around $33,000, but it's hard to find one in stock, so we were willing to deal with that. We spent a bunch of time emailing back and forth with one of the employees, drove all the way out there, and did a test drive, only to see that they had already tacked on an additional $2,000 of BS fees for tire, wheel, and exterior protection on the window sticker. Then when we finished up and go inside, the total was actually $40,000 because they added a $3,000 market adjustment fee. Car dealerships already make a good profit by selling a car at MSRP, but now they're trying to completely take advantage of people, and unfortunately too many people are totally willing to pay whenever they ask. Needless to say, we left immediately. Dude, you know you can argue the sticker price, right? There's negotiating room. Also, never buy a new car. Seriously. Unless you need the tax write-off, don't buy a new car. It's just dumb. Buy a used car. My freaking 97 Honda ran forever, and my 2006 Baja is running perfectly. Lost a very expensive package in the mail, and USPS is pulling tricks like this now. After an hour and a half of insurance claim form, it did not save if you were wondering. Yay! What do you mean USPS lost it or it got stolen or something? Yeah, they lost my insured package, won't let me file a claim. I just go to the store. That's what I always do. They pay it right out. Grrr, the zipper on my backpack has been stuck for a week. That's your problem, dude. Like, I don't know what to say. Don't break your zipper. Don't overload the backpack. Donate to rescue and save the turkey once. Nice. I mean, hey man, they get, listen, a lot of these non-for-profits are really struggling, especially animal ones, so like that's how they keep sending them out. You can just mock them to not send anymore. It's not that hard. Just call them and say, hey, please take me off the mailing list. This is how they waste the money. Unfortunately, I'll never do it again. Maybe physically at a shelter that does need it, not need it. Info can't even seem to stop them. Just call them. Call them. I told you how to stop it. Also, it's not really a waste of money. This is a pretty cheap way and it has a high turnover rate. My dad won't let me wash laundry and locked me out of the room. I, 22 female, still live with my parents. Yeah, I know, sounds weird, but I'm not financially stable to move out / I've been suffering from abuse my whole life from my own parents, so that just makes stuff extra hard. But usually if I just mind my own business, I can get by without them hounding me. But today, oh brother, I had to do laundry today because I hadn't done it in about 2 weeks or so, and especially because my ex had visited me for a week, so naturally I was overdue on laundry. I'm aware I can't wash everything in one day, so I just want to wash all the stuff that's necessary. Underwear, PJ, pants, shirts, etc. So I grabbed them, and as I'm halfway to filling the washer, when I went back to grab more clothes, I find the door is locked. Unfortunately, this would mean I have to go through the front door to unlock the side door, which is where the laundry room is. And as soon as I wait for my dad to come inside, I immediately put him on blast for locking the door. It might sound stupid to be this mad, but this isn't the first time my dad has pulled crap like this on me. Some of the stuff he's done to prevent me from doing laundry is taking the detergent, shutting off the water, shutting off the power, etc. And then he starts barking at me how he locked the door because he didn't want my brother to open the door while he's moving the car, which our brother has not moved at all, by the way. He's been sitting at the computer watching his shows, and I know because I see him when I have to go between my room and the laundry room. So I barked at my dad, telling him that he hasn't moved, nor would he move at all, and then he knew I was doing laundry. He saw me from outside putting my clothes away. We screamed for a bit before I go back to my room, feeling defeated that I have to put my mental sanity on the line whenever I want to do laundry. I feel like I'm going crazy. Am I wrong? You're probably not wrong, but you need to move out at this point. I understand it's hard. Financially, it's very hard. I've done the same thing when I was living with my dad, but you just gotta make the jump. I don't know why it's so weird to live with your parents at 20, especially lately with global cost of living issues. One's at an age where they either still in school or just out that likely don't have much in savings, etc. Isn't it better to live with your parents and save a little? Obviously, in the case of abusive parents, sometimes leaving is the best. I was merely commenting on OP's statement about still living with parents. It's not that weird to live with parents, but it's like, if you live with your parents in your parents' house, you should contribute to the bills, aka pay a little bit of rent. It should be fair at like $200 to like $600. You know, split the bills in thirds. If there's 3, you were 4, so whatever. At that point, because then you all save money. But, you know, if they're abusive, you need to leave, dude. Twitter account advocating for the ensure natural predation. Herbivores predation. HP's research origin with the goal of abolishing predation. What do you mean, dude? Which would die without predators? Imagine messing with nature because you can't escape the cruel nature of reality, and the food chain is crucial for environmental balance. Quick! We need to save all the rabbits, kill all the wolves! Messed up advertising. What's messed up about this one? I actually don't get it. I saw this on TikTok and it's because of the vaping thing forcing the kids. Well, also, kids aren't really supposed to be on TikTok. You know, it's part of that goes with the parents. I'm just saying, like, parents should control what their kids watch a little more. Latina Giat pajamas. Wait, what? Oh my god, I just went back to see that. Hotel double booked my room. I, 37 female, check in at about 10 p.m. The male clerk gave me the keys to 136. I settled down, including getting naked from the waist up. I was in my bed and the sheets covering me. I hear motion at the door. Must be thin walls, I tell myself. Then the light by the door turns on. I scream, what the hell? I couldn't see the man as there's a wall between the front door and the bed. He says an apology, turns the lights off and leaves. A few minutes later, the ancient phone in the room rings. The female clerk asks me what room I was in and tells me the man was very upset. What was I supposed to do? They gave me the keys. They're electronic. Apparently I was supposed to be in room 131. The manager will hear about this in the morning. I get mistakes happen, but with WTF edit, update, the hotel comped my room last night. I would ask for more than a comp, bro. I'm just saying. I would have been like, he saw me naked, dude. I need pain and suffering money. Seriously, I would do that. I don't like hotels. Coach's son made varsity as a sophomore. Coach is the newly hired spouse of the district superintendent who managed to survive a blatant plagiarism scandal. They only allow freshmen and sophomores, so adding sophomores to varsity blocks upperclassmen. Coach could have filled a roster with 12 to 15 players, but went with 10, one of which was sophomore son, and another was the sophomore friend of a competitively recruited player. Apparently, Coach is so choosy about players that Coach only allowed 10 players on the roster, but sophomore son made it past that rigorous standard. Hooray for nepotism, even in school! Snitches, cat strikes again. Oh boy, my plant. Well, it's your cat. Again, maybe you should train it better, like put some sticky stuff on it so when it touches the body, it goes again every day now. He just loves to piss me the off and then be a and run away when I open the door. He feels no guilt and I want to break down and collapse every time it happens. Then don't get a pet, dude. Cats are kind of... Get one of those solar-powered things that makes the noise and flashes light. They have them on Amazon. I got one at work to keep our local cat, who seems to think he's a gravedigger, out of my flower bed. Little cat with a gravedigger. Imagine that. Got a little shovel, got a little hat. Just like, hey, I'm here to do my job. Oh, God, flashing lights. I asked a couple to pick up their dog's poop. The woman picks it up and smears it on my front porch. Nice. Fantastic. This is our bedroom now, in a newly adapted apartment. Nice. In expectation of a stormy and heavy rain tonight, damn the roof of this building and our upstairs neighbor's crazy woman who we cannot convince to let us fix the issues coming from her place just needed to vent because our newly adapted apartment is being destroyed after we just recently finished adapting it fully. PS, don't mind the tag. Had to select something. There's no just venting pick. I mean, that really sucks, dude, but like, what are you gonna do with an upstairs neighbor? They have their right to their privacy, and I get it sucks, but I wouldn't have refurnished or fixed an entire building that has a leak. Bumble BFFT, exes and micro cheating. Okay, Bumble BFF bomb drop. So we're spilling XT, and mine's a classic. Cheated with the ex bestie, but then my new friend drops this micro cheating saga that's just wild. Her ex move? Well, group sleepover at a fancy hotel, and he swears it's all innocent. Fast forward a month later, and my friend discovered cozy details. A girl massaging his head and sharing a bed. Shocking, right? Here's the twist. No confrontation happened, but their friends think it's all innocent. Oh, and I had to see the girl's profile. Not gonna lie, she's not my cup of tea, but hey, different strokes. The kicker, no apologies from the girl who thinks it's all just harmless fun. I mean, seriously, the audacity of it all. But wait, there's more. The real jaw-dropping part, okay? The girl used to have a massive crush on my friend's ex, the one she massaged. We're talking major side-eye worthy stuff here. The entire gang thought it was innocent, but truth bomb, totally inappropriate, downright disgusting, and let's call a spade, pure cheating. Here's the cherry on top. They're part of a worship youth band. Oh God. Yes, you read that right. The duo even covered Positions by Ariana Grande and posted online. Talk about a plot twist in the worship playlist. Haha, seriously contemplating dropping their new Instagram profiles. The sheer audacity deserves its own spotlight. I am furious for my new friend. Yeah, that's really weird as hell, dude. Bomb drop, just wild. Cozy details, shocking, right? The kicker, the audacity, but wait, there's more. The real jaw dropper. Truth bomb, here's the cherry on top. Talk about a plot twist. You sound overly dramatic. This drama sucks. The tea is ice cold. City of Irvine, California destroys historical airplane. So I'm a big historical aviation enthusiast to the point where I volunteer and help restore historical aircraft. Just to get some context, it hurts me that a lot of historical aircraft from WW1 to 2, Korea, Vietnam, and even more have been left to rot, be scrapped, and turned into beer cans all those many years ago. So it's even worse when we lose a World War II relic due to some people in the government being too lazy and instead of moving an aircraft over the next hangar, which by the way, the hangar was being scrapped, they instead decided to scrap the aircraft instead. Also, the aircraft was supposed to be heading to the Flying Leatherneck Aviation Museum sometime in the soon future. I would say near future, but okay. Here are some reasons why we need to protect and preserve these historical aircraft. First, there are very few of these aircraft left. Each one of the historical aircraft have such an amazing history. Second, we can teach the next generation so much about these aircraft, not just including history, but so much more like math and science. Third, these aircraft can also serve an inspiration to us and remind us of the veterans who fought. We already are losing so much history each day as we lose more veterans and their stories, so we should try to preserve as much as we can, including the artifacts. We lost a piece to history we could have preserved for generations to come because some high-up government people who don't care for how important history is. Please, people, do your best to preserve our historical aircraft. They are the last kind we have. That's a pretty cool looking plan, and it's just destroyed. God bless California. I just got this ad preying on people grieving using AI. Not cool. This app lets you talk to dead pets. I've seen this ad also. It's really up, to put it honestly. I'm so curious as to what this conversation like. Hey pal, missing you loads. Woof woof. Yeah, you too, buddy. Oh wait, hold on. Woof woof. Because it's an AI. Well, freak you too, coworker. A coworker accused me of never answering the phone, and when I told her I had been answering the phone and the two girls that worked near me agree with that I have been answering them, she believes that since she never seen me personally answer the phone, she works in another section of her department, so of course she can't keep an eye on me 100%, that we all must be lying and wants to report me to our supervisor for not answering the phone. Like I know I have been slow picking up the phone in the past, but I have been improving a lot, and outright accusing me of never answering the phone at all and call me my two-witness liar because we contradict you it's just so petty at this point. This isn't the first time she reacted so petty, and it is all because I won't worship her because she is a senior member of the department and won't accept her insults and her advice. Quote-unquote advice. All those gluten-free food from a $115 can. As it says in the title, that's $150 Canadian worth of gluten-free food. I get inflation, but $6.99 for a single Pop-Tarts pastry lookalike? I'm lucky that I can afford this once in a while. But poor colic people? Cowlick? I don't know. How do they do? Well, maybe don't eat, bread-based items if you can't have gluten or whatever. Because, meat doesn't have gluten in it, right? Does it? I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry that goes through it. Life kind of sucks and we're all doomed. World War III is almost here, baby!